So we're going to start the honorable mentions for left guards in the league. We start with Nick Allegretti. Really no tape on him, which is kind of disappointing, especially he's been a longtime Chief player. He's now a Washington Commander guy. So it's kind of weird not seeing anything on him, but he has been very relevant in this league. 29 years old, 6 years in the league, 2 years, $8.49 million. I think he's a huge asset to the Commanders and what they're going to do in terms of beefing up their line and trying to get better. He played 17 games, 1,146 snaps, 7 penalties, 3 sacks, 1 hit, and allowed 37 pressures. Again, the pressures need to go down. The 1 hit is impressive. The penalties can go down as well, but I think he's reliable. I think he's relevant, and he needs to be on this list in terms of honorable mentions. Next up, we do have Peter Scransky, the left guard out of the Tennessee Titans. I think it's a great draft pick that they have. Super young, definitely going to get better with time. I think he had a pretty good year. And again, I think he could definitely make himself into a top 10 type left guard when it's all said and done in terms of in a couple years from now if he continues to produce. He is 23 years old. He's 2 years in the league, 2 years, $5.97 million on his rookie deal. 17 games played, 1,095 snaps, 8 penalties, 4 sacks. He did allow 6 hits and 28 pressures. So definitely a lot better with the pressures. 28 isn't horrible. Definitely get better. Hits definitely could be down, and obviously penalties, sacks, yeah. But overall, I mean, as a left guard, I think he's definitely established himself as an everyday starter, and I believe that the Titans are moving forward with their line, and this is a good thing for him. So Skronsky definitely deserving of being an honorable mention. Next up, we do have another guy that's tape is not out there, so it is weird, but this is a really good left guard for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Definitely a team that um, obviously they have some really good offensive linemen on the team. Obviously Tristan Wirfs, but Bredesen is really good. Definitely a huge loss for not having him. For Baltimore not keeping him. 26 years old, 5 years in the league, 3 years, $22 million. 17 games played, 1,126 snaps, 6 penalties, 2 sacks, allowed 3 hits, and 34 pressures. Obviously, the pressures can go down, but the 2 sacks are nice, and I think he's, like I said, I think he's going to develop into a really good guard and hopefully into a top 10 guy. Next up, we do have a left guard that I think it's pretty. It was a hard decision for me to pull him out of the top 10 list. I think limited games have definitely hurt him. But yeah, being number 7 honorable mention sucks. I do believe he's going to be very impactful for Green Bay. And I do believe that I'm expecting really good season for him and being in the top 10 again. Aaron Banks, 27 years old, 4 years in the league, 4 years, $77 million that Green Bay picked him up. I think it's a great signing for him. 13 games played, 775 snaps, 5 penalties, 1 sack given up, 4 hits, 25 pressures. I mean, he's a guy that rarely gives anything up, so he has been really good at what he's been able to do. And again, I'm super stoked for Green Bay, that team, in terms of getting some good offensive line there, which is what they needed. So Aaron Banks is really good. He should be looked at, and yeah, he's relevant, and he should be on this list. We do have a guy that was on the honorable mention list last year. This year's honorable mention again, but with the health, I believe he can definitely be a top 10 guy for sure. He's been nothing but impressive since he's entered the league. I mean, he's been a really good center. He's moved to guard and he's done his thing. Very athletic. Like I said, entertaining player to watch if you like watching offensive line, which again isn't the most exciting highlights ever, but he gets it done and he is an animal when healthy. Um, yeah, really good offensive line for the Rams. He's 25 years old, 2 years in the league, 2 years, $3.6 million. Played 10 games, 596 snaps, 2 penalties, 3 sacks given up, 7 hits, and 17 pressures. Honestly, the 17 pressures is really impressive. Definitely can limit the hits and the sacks. It's not outrageous, but 3 could be diminished. Really good, doesn't really get penalized. So overall, yeah, I think he's got a lot of potential, and I'm excited to see what he does this year. Definitely a guy to watch out for to be top 10. Next person to look at is Jackson Powers Johnson. from the Las Vegas Raiders. I think they got someone here definitely. Really good draft pick that they got. Definitely a guy that I could see being center guard position. I believe he is athletic enough, and yeah, he's got a lot of potential to be really great and top 10 guy. Jackson Powers Johnson's 22 years old, 1 year in the league, 3 years, $4.77 million on his rookie deal. He played 15 games. He had 956 snaps. He had 14 penalties and 2 sacks given up with 3 hits and 23 pressures. And he was a 2024 All Rookie team member. So, again, really good stuff for his first year. Definitely got a limit on the penalties. I think, he's an aggressive person. So, aggressive offensive line. Got to calm it down with the penalties. I think definitely good things with the pressures and the hits and the sacks. So overall, I'm excited to see what he does. Excited for him to play more a full season, and I do believe he's a top 10 guy sooner rather than later. Next up, we are going to have Ezra Cleveland, the offensive lineman for the Jaguars. He's a definitely um, a difference maker. Definitely a guy that obviously I could see more snaps from him. I would like to see a full season. But overall, he's been phenomenal and definitely a bright spot in this offensive line, especially with Brandon Sheriff not being there anymore. So Ezra Cleveland has made himself well known, and yeah, he is definitely an important piece of this team. He's 27 years old, 5 years in the league. He's got 2 years, $14.75 million left in the deal. 15 games played, 911 snaps. He had 1 penalty for 4 sacks, given up 3 hits and 18 pressures. The pressures are really good. The sacks obviously can be limited. The 1 penalty is great, so he does not get penalized. I just want to see more of him. I want to see him be in a full year, and yeah, I think he's really good, and I'm excited to put him on this list. Honestly, what's crazy about this Detroit Lions offensive line is how quickly they've downgraded from the retirement of Ragnow and a couple pieces that have left. Like, I don't know. This is definitely a team that's not as threatening on the line as they were last year. So, but you do have to give some credit to where they're at, and Graham Glasgow for sure needs some credit here for being honorable mention. It's his first time here, so I think he's done a great job. The veteran, 32 years old, 9 years in the league, 2 years, $13 million left in the deal. Had 16 games played, 1,080 snaps. 6 penalties given up, 4 sacks given up, had 9 hits and 36 pressures, and I think that's what's super super concerning. The pressures and hits are crazy. That should not happen. Obviously, hopefully he can be a lot better this year. Obviously, there's some things he needs to work on, but overall, he has been pretty reliable and he has been pretty important to the team, regardless if he might have been carried a little bit. But overall, you got to give him some credit. I think he's relevant and he should be on the list. Definitely no top 10. Uh, Definitely no top 10. Is David Edwards, the guard from the Bills. I think he's had a really good impact since moving from the Rams to the Bills. He's won a Super Bowl championship, so he knows postseason, he knows pressures, he knows big games. So bringing him on to Buffalo is great, especially for Josh Allen. Yeah, he's been great. 28 years old, 6 years in the league, 1 year, $4.03 million left in the deal. 16 games that he played, 975 snaps. 6 penalties, 0 sacks given up, 2 hits, 25 pressures. I think that's huge. The fact that he gave up no sacks is great. I think that's tremendous. That is top 10 worthy for sure. Not many pressures, not many hits. So overall, limited on the penalties, but you give up no sacks. That's crazy. I definitely believe he could be a top 10 guy. And yeah, I mean Josh Allen is, I'm sure, happy to have a guy like him. So relevant for sure and deserves to be on the list. Mention for left guard is going to be Evan Brown, the left guard of the Cardinals. The Cardinals definitely are building something here with their offensive line. I know it's only 2 positions I got, but looking at it, it's looking pretty positive, right? I mean, you got Paris Johnson Jr. Now you're having Evan Brown, and I know they're not done yet. So it's a building process for this team, obviously, but it is good to see this. Evan Brown, he is solid. 28 years old, 6 years in the league. 2 years, $11.5 million. He played 17 games, 1,070 snaps, two penalties, two sacks given up, zero hits, and 20 pressures. I think this is very impressive, and he definitely can be a top 10 guy for sure with these numbers. Hopefully, he can continue to have this. It's really impressive to have no hits on him. Two sacks is not much. Two penalties. I mean, rarely getting penalized for a 16 game or 17 games played that he played was is impressive, and 20 pressures. So overall, he's got a lot of positive upside to him, and I'm excited to see what he does. Again, he's relevant, and I could see him being top 10.